Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Doing well, thanks. I hope you are.
I'm doing good. Good.
Good, good. All right, we'll get started with Michael Coe. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Coach. Notre Dame, looking at them, they're obviously had a tough start to the season, but they're playing a lot better now. Got a big win over Clemson over the weekend. How have you seen them improve over the course of the season, and what kind of challenges do they present to you guys tomorrow night?
Well, I mean, they are a terrific defensive team, extremely well coached. From a defensive standpoint, they've got good individual defenders and they play great team defense. They do an excellent job of protecting the paint and just not allowing you to get there through post or penetration. When you throw the ball into the post, they'll double team, whether it's the 4 or the 5. And then on the offensive end, one of the things, two things that they have is, one, they've got a number of guys that can shoot the ball from 3. And then, they've in Burton, they've got a guy that can just be able to one-on-one create, shots for himself, shots for his teammates. His ability just to be able to get to the basket, get to the paint, be able to score one-on-one and create offense even outside of their initial set is something that's very beneficial. And, even though that they, you know, in terms of experience don't have a lot, they do have experience now playing throughout, the season. And that's a sign of a really good coaching staff and a team that just continues to improve and get better. And that's what Notre Dame has done.
Thanks.
Go next to Royal Howell.
Good morning, Coach. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good.
Coach, I wanted to kind of piggyback off of that, of shutting down or trying to, slow down Marcus Burton with his, playmaking ability and defensive ability also. What type of challenges that prevent for, just your team in general, just to make it a point that he doesn't go off against you all?
Well, I mean, you can't stop him. You just hope that, you can, slow him down, contain him somewhat, but that's very difficult. I mean, he's just a gifted basketball player, tremendous quickness. Whether it's coming off ball screens or DHOs, his ability just to be able to get to the paint and get to the basket, drawing defenders, whether he can score or draw defenders and kick out to 3, is just, he's been able to do it all season. And, his confidence just continues to grow. And I think for us, making his catches, making his moves, making his shots, making his baskets as difficult as possible. And then on the offensive end, us, making him work defensively, even though that he's a really good defensive player and does a nice job getting steals and deflections in the passing lanes. And so he's very active on the defensive end as well.
Thank you, Coach.
Jeremiah Holloway, go ahead.
Hey, Hubert, and good afternoon. So, of course, tomorrow is senior night for, not only seniors that I guess have been at North Carolina for 4 or 5 years, but then also, a few that transferred in their 4th and 5th seasons as well. So just kind of, obviously we know that this is an experienced team, but can you just kind of speak to, I guess, impact that's had, on you all throughout the season, and then also what you are, looking forward and expecting for, tomorrow as far as the senior night is concerned?
Well, I mean, it's great to have experience on a team. I like the makeup and of this team where, you've got freshmen like, Elliott and Zayden, but you've got really experienced players like Armando and RJ and Cormac and Pax and Harrison, that even though the transfers were at other places, they've been there before in terms of playing at this level. And so I love the makeup of this team and the diversity in terms of experience and talent. And I think that's played a huge part in allowing this team to be successful. And senior night is just a really emotional time. It's come very quick. I just remember when this whole group finally came together. I remember the times that we spent together all summer, and to think that, this is our last home game, it's gone extremely quick. And then also to just think about Armando, You know, I've known him since ninth grade, and I know that I've been a coach without Armando here, but I don't remember it. And so to think that this is definitely his last time running out of that tunnel, that I'm happy, but I'm also sad. And it's a day to celebrate the success of our seniors and to celebrate them. But there's also a little bit of sadness because you know that this will be the last time that they play a game at the Smith Center.
Go next to Andrew Jones.
Hey, Coach. Tomorrow may or may not be RJ's last game at the Smith Center. We're in different times now, and perhaps a fifth year will eventually be granted to athletes. But in his case, do you have a conversation, or have you had a conversation with him about whether or not he is honored as a senior, or how to go about it, and what is your plan after the season to talk with him? How much influence do you think you'll have on whatever decision he ultimately makes? Because he has two decisions to make, either one to go or one to stay.
Well, I mean, he is going to be honored as a senior tomorrow. We did the same thing with Armando last year, and we did the same thing with Leaky the previous year. And so we're going to celebrate him as a senior tomorrow, and he should be celebrated. And I'm really excited about him and his family being here and being celebrated tomorrow night and senior night. I have not had any conversations with him because it's not a conversation that needs to be had right now. Right now, our focus is on us becoming the best team that we can possibly become. And then after the season, we'll have a discussion, and it's not really a discussion. I'm in favor of what each individual player wants to do. It's not even a discussion. That's whatever decision that they feel like it's best for them and their family. I am in 100% support of that. So if RJ decided not to come back for an extra COVID year for his fifth year, I'm in 100% support of that. If he would come back, I am 100% in support of that. And I'm glad that our players have choices. And more importantly, what I'm thinking about is I'm so excited for the season that RJ has had. That's the thing that brings a smile to my face.
If tomorrow night is his last home game, can you, in maybe 5 or 6 words, describe what it's been like having him in the program, not just the player that we all see, but having him in the program the last 4 years?
Well, I mean, one, I try to stay away from answering hypothetical situations because I don't know if he's, coming back or not. But I will say this, the 4 years that I have coached RJ I can't think of coaching and being around a better player and a better family than his. It just is. Obviously there's other players and other families at that level, but nobody can be a better player on and off the court and have a better family to be a part of this program than the Davis family. It's been absolutely fantastic.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hubert, that's all the time I have for you today. Thank you. Appreciate your time today and all season.
Okay, thanks a lot. Have a good day, guys.
Thanks.